Not too much happened this week. This past week in media. So I'm gonna be touching on a couple things, but definitely want to send some huge condolences out to those who lost a loved one, a child in that Florida shooting. I believe it was last confirmed with 17 dead or somewhere around there. It's crazy. I was seeing something out talking about how over the last 30 years, there's been less and less gun safety training and less funding for such programs, which somewhat go hand in hand to me as to why all these shootings, or not why, but as part of the reason as to why these shootings have been taking place. But it's no laughing matter. It's definitely something that I wouldn't want to happen to me or anyone in my family. So, huge condolences out to those who lost a loved one out in Florida. Um, but I do have a question for all of you. Does this not seem planned, so to speak? So let me give some more information now. I like to say I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but damn it, I just might be a conspiracy theorist. Cause some shit just ain't adding up. I'm telling you. So all last night I was just watching nothing but videos in regards to this shooting and listening to the students who were there, witnesses and whatnot, who were giving testimonies to what they recall to have taken place. And man, there were some people who you can clearly tell were just talking based off of text messages they got from friends and other people. But then there's other people who are actually telling, their actual account for it and what happened to them, et cetera, et cetera. Well, a lot of these stories just are crazy and way left field. What I mean by this one student called in and he was saying, yeah, there was a dead body outside of his class door. The whole time the person was there, they only heard two shots. And the interviewer asked, did it sound like a machine gun or an automatic weapon, or how did it sound? And the kid said, oh no, it just sounded like a pistol. It was like a pop and then another pop. Just two shots is all they heard. All right, cool. Granted, the guy was moving throughout the school, et cetera, et cetera. So not completely discrediting that. But then they were asking another kid, this other guy who had called in, and he was like, yeah, sounded like a fully autonomous weapon. Uh, Sounded like maybe a Russian AK or a AR-15, and he's just going through crazy details. And I'm just like, man, wait, nobody's bringing up questions like, not discrediting him or nothing, but how do you like guns, or what I'm saying? Do you study guns? You know what I'm saying? Like, how can you differentiate so easily between the weapons, right? There are dozens of weapons. I know there's gun heads out there who'll be like, oh, I can clearly tell a difference in this weapon versus this weapon. Yeah, okay, cool, but not everybody can do that. And then this other girl had called in and she was like, yeah, I'm not going to speculate on nothing, but um, I heard, a couple shots, but she just gave a regular statement, that wasn't anything, no red flag or anything like that. And then there was another kid who had called in, and this one was kind of odd to me. It kind of struck me as weird because he said right after their Christmas break, when they came back to school in January. Oh, let me give you a little backstory. So the interviewer called and asked him, during the time that the shooter was in the school, what were they doing? And, where was he in particular? And he said, well, my teacher was really big on the locked door rule, and we were all in the class sitting under the desk and just waiting for authorities to come and get us out of the room. Okay, well, the interviewer then asked him, he said, so what is the locked door rule? He said, right after they came back from Christmas break in January, they got a gun safety training or something of the sort. I forget what the exact name of it was, where if someone did enter the school and started firing, what they would do to prepare for it. Or not prepare for it, what would they do to stay safe and out of harm's way? And I said, man, that's a bit conveniently peculiar. Not discrediting anything, not taking. It could be my whole conspiracy thing you want to call it is wrong. So be it. Fine, I will accept that. But it doesn't seem just the least bit fishy that they just so happen to get this training and a couple weeks before it happens, like exactly 3 weeks before it happened. I don't know. That was kind of peculiar, right, to say the least. But then also, CNN reported the FBI received a warning about this school shooting happening from a YouTube user that has the same name as the school shooter. Okay. I can't be the only one that finds this just peculiarly convenient. Like, so the FBI gets a warning way before this happens that this school shooting is going to happen from someone who has the same name as the school shooter, I may add. Then the school goes through this whole, in case the school gets shot up, training right before it happens. And that's it. They don't beef up security. They don't have police on standby. Like, nothing. Going further with this, there was a police department contracted with the school who was the last to respond. A police department from a different city actually responded and was first on the scene. Man, this is just so... Red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag. Just red flags are being thrown everywhere. I don't get it. So wait a minute. You mean to tell me, let's say this is like your family, right? Let's say your family is very well known or something and can afford its own security. Cool. So you have security around your family at all times, but yet someone comes into your home where you've contracted security to be, but they were the last ones to come and help when the shooting took place? What? How does this... I don't know. I'm lost. I'm at a loss. I don't discredit anything. I don't take anything away from it. I don't know what to believe. There's still dead children at the end of this day. Again, condolences out to all of them and their families. But man, this is... crazy. Now, in addition to this, I was also reading more and more, and I'm telling you, these reports are all making sure to bring up the fact that this weapon was an AR-15. Like, we're sorry to say, but again, it's an AR-15, and we're looking into how, or not they, but whoever it is was... the White House was investigating as to how this individual acquired this weapon, if they had purchased it themselves or if someone purchased it for them, etc., etc. And man, they are really pushing, really beginning to push for this gun control. Like, I don't know. Could just be me. I could be a conspiracy theorist. That's fine. Call me what you want to call me. But at the end of the day, I don't have all the facts. So if you have some more that you can share with me, please let me know. I genuinely care about topics like this, especially when it has to deal with so many people being killed. But I say all this just to bring up, like, man, we're so worried about Border Patrol. And, man, for the largest, like, all these previous in-country shootings have been people who are not of foreign descent. Like, well, at least not all of them. Of course there have been some with foreigners, but man, majority of these individuals are just so happen to be Caucasian. So I I don't know what else to say. I don't know where else to go. I'm just going to leave it at that. Again, it's a touchy subject. I get it. Conspiracy theorist, Mikey. Yeah, you can call it to me. Conspiracy theorist, Jersey, whatever you want to call me. Like, it is what it is. It's fine. I'll take that. I'll accept that. So be it. I don't even want to harp on this topic no more. I'm just going to go ahead and change the subject now.